Podcast episode 147 in 3, 2, 1. Don't delay. And he delayed again. He delayed more than he ever has. Moto
15-minute delay.
Dude, Dave, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm pissed. I'm fired up. I'm pissed.
Oh, what happened?
So I'm going to start episode 147 pissed off again.
Oh, jeez.
What are you going to do?
Nothing.
What about you?
You can do.
How you feeling?
Sick, dude. Your boy has been living in the bathroom the last 3 days. I don't know why, but I decided, you know what?
Wow, shout out.
Craving some chicken nuggets. Went to McDonald's. Dude, I lost a lot of water.
The McDonald's chicken nugs got you?
Dude, they got me in the worst way. I spent all Saturday and Sunday.
Are you sure it was that?
Dude, that's literally all I had. And I spent all Saturday and Sunday in bed, dude. Just the worst food poisoning symptoms of all time. It was awful. Absolutely awful.
Wow.
So bad.
The McDonald's chicken nugs. I just had those for the first time in a long time recently and had a good time.
Normally,
Had a good time.
And I don't eat a lot of fast food. Like I like to eat, but fast food's not my thing. And holy crap, I felt horrible. Just starting to be able to keep food down today, and we're starting out light, but buddy, it was bad. And then
wow.
Yeah, so I even toughed it out, and we took Maeve to the pool and stuff, and she loves to swim. Freaking popped one of my ribs out.
Who did?
I did. I woke up and I twisted and popped one of my ribs out, which happens to me about 2 or 3 times a year because all the crashes and stuff, the cartilage that holds my ribs in on the upper part, it hurts now too. On the upper part, behind my shoulder blade, those constantly pop out 2-3 times a year. And I slept wrong, dude, and poop. It literally feels like somebody has a hot knife and they're just stabbing you in the back slowly over and over.
Ow. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
I did not know that was a thing.
I didn't know until a handful of years ago. I'm like, dude, every quarter or so, I get this pain in my back that doesn't go away until I do something and I feel a click. And I told my chiropractor, this is years ago, and she's like, yeah, your rib is constantly out. And I was like, wait, what? She's like, yeah, let me go ahead and pop it back in. But once they pop it back in, dude, oh, it feels so good.
Wow, weird.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, what else is wrong with you? Anything? Because I could complain all day long. This is going to be a 1-hour episode.
Just complaining.
Dave and I are just going to complain the whole time. Hashtag Moto Academy Mindset.
I was just going to say the usual. Just the usual, buddy, honestly. The usual stuff.
Well, yeah, we got some So we just were at the beach today.
Nice. Shout out.
In Newport.
Please don't tell Mary.
And
please.
Shout out Newport.
Because she thinks all of Rhode Island looks like that. And she's like, oh, well, Allie's from there. We can just move there. I was like, it's not all yacht parties.
Oh, my God. It's so... I love Jamestown and I love Newport.
It's great. And if you're there, Right.
Yeah. And to live there, you have to have $20 million for a house,
Yeah.
So, but you can visit, and that's what we did. We went to the beach, had a good time, and then Allie, speaking of food poisoning, I don't know if it's food poisoning or what, but Allie is now sick, and I'm being a good husband by being down here podcasting. She's upstairs sick, and it just hit her an hour ago.
Wow.
2 hours ago. So I don't know, ever since she got pregnant or ever since she's had the babies, she cannot eat red onion. So wives out there listening to this podcast because your husbands are making you listen to it for some reason. Red onion after being pregnant, is this a thing? I don't know. I think for Allie, it is. So something happened. And so I'm going to try to keep this episode to 1 hour, but basically that happened and I needed to get work done, and I can never get work done when I'm home because I just can't freaking get work done. Allie doesn't let me work and I'm pissed off. Mm-hmm. And then things happen and I got to solve all the problems and not at the house with the business, and it pisses me off. Anyhow, what was the last race?
Washougal.
Did you watch it?
I did. This is how I knew Washougal was a good one, because Tony called me. Mind you, I had to explain what streaming services were to him. He had no idea. So, dude, he was still like, "Can you believe how much my cable bill is?" And I'm like, "Dude, do you still have cable?" He's like, "Yeah, we're paying $200 for cable." I'm like, "Cancel that. I'm gonna get you Peacock and a few other ones." And he's like, "Wow, this is amazing." So he's watching the
Tony's over at Blockbuster.
Yeah,
Video.
dude, Tony's still in '98. You know, when Tony called me and was like, "I literally turned off the Tour de France to watch the race," I was like, "Washougal must have been a good one." Because that never happens, especially during the tour. Dude, it was an all out. This to me is probably one of the most exciting races of 2025, including Supercross. I had a blast watching it.
Yeah, there was definitely that. Yeah, 250 and 450 is getting pretty interesting.
Yes.
So, well, a couple of things. First of all, did you see? Let's totally go out of order here.
Mm-hmm.
The red flag actually, let's back up altogether. Our downloads for the podcast, Dave.
Yeah.
They doubled again.
Really?
They doubled again.
Okay.
Yep. So I don't know what's happened in the past few episodes, but I don't know if it was like a title and we had like a clickbaity type title.
Yeah.
That maybe lured people in, or if we're just actually getting better at this, I'm not sure.
Who knows, dude? You know what?
The downloads keep going up.
We're just going to go hashtag Black Excellence.
So thank you guys.
And thank you, everybody. We're just super pumped. You guys want to do numbers? Get a black in your podcast, because I'm telling you, they run up numbers.
Hashtag woke
Moto, dude. Hashtag woke Moto.
Woke motocross.
Hard R.
So there's that. I figured you should know that information.
Awesome.
And okay, let me skip to. I saw a video of Jeremy Hand.
Oh,
just absolutely destroying himself off the track into the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
In this same video is, now I don't know if this is the same section he's referring to or not, but in this same video it then clips to Sexton in the press conference saying, "Well, I didn't really like this section because it was lipped up so steep, and if you messed up, you would have ended up in the crowd." Now, I don't know if maybe he was referencing a different section, who knows, but the way that this video is spliced together, it's all that I saw.
Yeah.
And are the people in the crowd, I went through the comments and people said the whoever got hit in the crowd was fine, but holy cow, did you see it?
I saw the crash, and dude, it was scary. It looked like every bit of intense. Every bit of intense. I feel it. I'm glad that nobody was hurt, but it's weird. It's like sections like that make me nervous of like, oh my gosh, what other sections are like that in motocross? What other areas do we have where we have people go off the track like that? You know what I mean? Or the potential's there. We've never really seen something like this before in modern moto era. So I was like, man, I never thought about that actually happening. I'm like, holy crap. Like, there probably are other sections of trucks that we like where like that's a possibility, you know?
The first thing I thought of was Millie. Of course, anytime I see anything kind of like scary happen, I immediately think of Millie and I go, oh my God, what if there was a little kid?
Yeah.
In that, you got to pay so much attention.
Yes.
And just think of every absolute worst case scenario times 2. What could possibly happen here? Mm-hmm. In watching the video, the bike got there pretty easily. Yeah. So I don't know, we'll see what they do next year. They'll obviously have to change that section or change where the fans are there. But holy cow, thank God everybody. Was Jeremy Hand okay? I don't know. Nothing against Jeremy Hand. I was more concerned with the people in the crowd.
For sure. No, I hope everybody involved was okay. It looked like he was okay. I mean, it looked like he kind of, tumbled, maybe got knocked out of him. But yeah, that what a scary thing that happened, especially at speed. That's not a slow section either, I don't think there really is any slow section of Washougal apart from the switchbacks before the whoop section finish. And maybe the S turns after that. But other than that, that's a pretty fast track.
Yeah. Yeah, probably the S turns after the right step up left. But even those this year were fast. Like the right, not so much, because you got the roller going in, which was kind of cool because they were jumping the braking bump over the roller, doing another roller, kind of sitting into the turn that flowed pretty nice. And then the left, then you do that step up that got super rutted.
Yeah.
And the left-hand turn after that was pretty high speed and sweeping too. Hey, did you see that Caroli's wife commented on our post about Caroli? That was kind of cool.
Oh, no. What'd she say?
She just put like a bunch of hearts or something.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's super cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Cairoli, dude. He's such a legend, and the fact that he's still competitive at his big age and probably developing one of the cooler bikes that we've had debut in a long time, whether performance is going to be there or not when it comes to coming over and competing stateside full time, still pretty dope, dude. So I think that whole deal is so cool. It's awesome.
Well, I was just most caught off guard in that situation because I wish he was doing all the rest of them.
Same.
Because I had no idea. You know me, I don't pay attention to any of it.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden it was just like, and Caroli's in 6th. And then they moved on to the next person. I'm like,
wait, what?
What do you mean Caroli's in 6th?
What year is this?
What's happening here?
Oh, that's so good.
Weird.
Yeah, that whole thing is it's so cool, man. It almost reminds me of like, remember when Dungey came back in 22 or 23 for outdoors?
Yeah.
And man, I was like, dude, why did he retire? The dude's still top 4, top 3 fast. Like it was just so cool to cheer for him again. And I got that same feeling when they were starting to talk about Cairoli more and just having his presence here. So cool, man. It just makes our sport that much better.
Yeah, I don't think the average person can understand how incredible that is to come back from being retired for a couple of years, a few years, and be even remotely competitive.
Yes.
For so many reasons. The fitness, I guess the caveat with that is, or the asterisk with that is, okay, maybe he's been riding consistent the whole time since he's retired, right? Which is pretty helpful. I don't know if he has or hasn't, but I know from my perspective, in taking a couple of years of not riding that much, that takes a long time to get back to even close to fast again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Again. It takes so long.
And the fast that he's achieving, I mean, look at who he's up against, dude. He's still running top 10, and that's guys like Malcolm Stewart. That's guys like on any given day that could be AP, that could be Jay Coop, that could be Cooper Webb. You know what I mean? RJ Hampshire.
Yeah, that haven't taken more than 2 days off in their entire career.
Literally. You know what I mean? So you got to be a bad dude. And not only that, but to do that kind of speed and be that competitive on a brand new bike with a new setup you're not used to on that brand new bike, on tracks you're not quite used to across the globe. That's some talent, dude. That is some outrageous talent. If you switch up my handlebars, I'm not giving you.
He's doing?
I don't know if he's gonna do another one. I think the ones that he did, I from what I hear, that's the only ones that he's doing. Whether that's gonna change or not, I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but I heard it was only gonna be those few races that he was gonna be here for. So, yeah. Also, you know what's cool? No one talks about this. It's so cool seeing the Euro guys come over with like their different gear deals, and you're like, oh, dude, I forgot that like Aero helmets were a thing, and UFO gear and CD boots and all these cool Euro things that you don't ever see stateside. It's kind of cool to get that little zhuzh here, you know?
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, we do.
We need it.
Yeah, freshen it up.
Woke motocross. We need some diversity.
I have a question for you. Like watching Washougal and just hearing people talk about like, oh, you know, it might have been a little bit too groomed, not groomed enough. How is it different than Southwick? What's your impression of Washougal for like us people that have never, been there or may not have, and I may not understand the nuances of a track like that? You've got elevation, you've got shadows, which they mention 1,000 times. You've got ruts, you got some loam, you got some slick stuff. What's it like in your perspective?
Yeah, it is definitely pretty slick. Now, I think when I've taught class there before, I've raced there before. Actually, that Washougal was the first track I scored points at in 450 class in 2011.
Really?
I think it was the first time I ever scored points.
What bike?
Was in Washougal.
What bike was that?
Olin's Yamaha 450.
GL's team.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Before it was his team, I think, right? Because when we rode Yamahas that summer, and then we rode KTM's and Supercross in that next year. I don't think Grant Langston was a part of it just yet. I think it was like kind of thrown together for that summer. It was Olin's Yamaha, and before I went to Olin's KTM, right? Yeah. So I think I got like 19th or 18th or something and scored some points. So shout out Washougal. I like the way that they prep it there because there's some tracks you go to that are unnecessarily deep. And you were surprised when I said that Redbud wasn't necessarily like one of my favorite tracks per se.
Yeah. It seems so AJ-ish.
And I think it's how they prep it. It's like they go too deep to where it just kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit, especially in time qualifying. It's an absolute nightmare. I kind of like there's a good in between. Millville was pretty good. Now in some spots was it maybe borderline high speed, but Millville had like a good kind of medium till. If you go too shallow, it's way too fast, and the bumps are too kind of like Hangtown, right? Moto 1, where it was just too smooth, too fast. I think Washougal does a good job of getting it right in that sweet spot. Really hard part about Washougal, and you can see it on TV and get an idea of how difficult it would be. It is the shadows.
Yes.
It's amazing how quick those guys go in and out of the shadowy parts with zero hesitation because those ruts are crazy deep. It's off camber right there. So crazy deep ruts plus off camber plus elevation, and then you got to worry about shadows. So it's like all of the worst combinations of things right there. The whoops before the finish line though, so much fun because at the end of class, I went to that section and just hit them in every way humanly possible. Like just trying to quad through it. You could triple, you could tire tap all the way through. You could skim them like Supercross whoops. There was so many fun different ways to get through them, which is cool. I kind of wish there was more sections like that. It's kind of like a 10 Commandments, like at Loretta.
So there's that. And I forgot to text you this week. I watched the old Kenworthy race from Stewart's debut year, 2002. And watching a track like that, I was like, man, we never see tracks like that anymore. Outdoor tracks like that. Think about how like jumpy and still outdoorsy, but like jumpy technical that track was. That was a really cool looking track. It raced really well. I don't know if it was just indicative of the time because it was more of a, obviously 2-stroke was the name of the game. 4-strokes were super new then. But yeah, watching that, I was like, man, I kind of miss watching tracks like this that had whoop sections, that had, big doubles, tabletops, rhythm sections. We kind of got away from that a little bit, would you say?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Outdoors kind of turned into like, like long rolling, like Millville whoops. That's cool too.
Yeah.
But I think that outdoors is cool when you get kind of like that Ace Diamondback Walden New York vibe where it was like a Dragon's Back and like a step up double or like the whoop section before the finish line at Walden. Like, there was so many cool sections on that track that even at Diamondback. So you'd have the giant, I remember it being giant, tabletop along where the stands were, and then you turn right and the finish line section was like a
table. Yeah, it was a lot of tables in a row.
I think that's cool. It's fun to watch. It slows the track down. Yeah, I'm all for it.
Yeah. And like
I'm all for it.
And Mary found out she used to love the movie Motocross on Disney Channel. So her mom was telling me like, yeah, she used to like ride her bicycle in the backyard in a loop and pretend she was like racing dirt bikes. And I was like, huh, funny because like doesn't give a crap about dirt bikes now, but funny. that was her thing. But even like I watched that, I put that on and like put Maeve down and we were watching. I was like, even that track, dude, like those tracks, I never see tracks like that anymore that are like jumpy and have like whoops and stuff. Like, yeah, we do have tracks that have bigger jumps, but it's usually like one big obstacle per straightaway. It's never a section of jumps like rhythms or anything like that. And it just kind of like, think of like old school Rocky when we were on Super Minis and 85s. Do you ever see those styles anymore? Like Those were so fun and jumpy, and I can't remember the last time I rode a track like that.
So fun. Yeah. Tracks have kind of got rid of a lot of those obstacles because I think people think that it's dangerous, but yeah, I'm all about like just slow the speeds down. If you got a high speed straightaway, like toss something in there that's fun and technical to slow it down. So other than Jeremy Hand flying into the crowd, what happened at Washougal? Did Joshy win? Did Joshy win?
We have not done him enough service in the past couple of weeks of talking about him.
No,
to the point where
we forgot about him completely. In fact,
even Tony was like, "Who's this Japanese guy?" And I was like, "There's there's other descriptor words for this guy." But, Mr. Black Island man, we can think of other things. But dude, riding phenomenal. Like is he the Deegan Slayer? Is Joshi Moda the guy that's going to come up and dethrone Deegan? And if not, what does he have to do? Because he's the only guy in the last couple of races that have been able to actually dethrone this guy. Who's it going to be next? Is it?
Did Joshi go? Well, what were the moto scores?
2-1.
And then Deeg Daddy. Something happened to Deeg Daddy in second moto. He had to come from way back, right?
I think he had I think he did a tip over, went down.
You guys are listening to the race recap from two people that barely watched the race. Clearly, just barely. We watched highlights of the highlights, and we had it on while we were driving our car. Probably.
Is there a dirt bike race? Cool. Dude, literally, I was in bed with a Pedialyte and like a jug of water, just trying not to like ruin my sheets, dude. I was trying so hard not to ruin my entire bedspread. So excuse me if I don't have all of the stats, everybody. But I was like, I hope Mary doesn't have to throw these sheets away when I'm done. Just please don't make a mess.
Did you witness the restart? So
I did.
shout out Joshy. Let's give Joshy an absolute shout out.
Dude is.
I will say one thing about Joshy. Dude's looks like he's going slow out there, which is the best compliment you can get.
Yes.
Like when you watch him leading, it just looks like he's kind of cruising.
He's cruising. Yep.
Which is nice.
Smooth.
That's what we like to see here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I want to note this. We talked about it maybe last year when we had Hunter battling with Sexton. We were like, man, Sexton's bike just looked so much more planted than Hunter's and Jet's. And this was like early outdoor season. And now I have not seen Honda put a toe out of place handling wise. Those bikes, apart from maybe the first round where the track setup wasn't really conducive the way Jet rides, and we talked about that, I have not seen a more solid setup than Jet, Hunter, and Shimoda's bike. Those things they're not twitchy. They can get in and out of corners quick. They're good on the high speed stuff. They're good in the choppy stuff. They're good in the sand. They're like whatever Honda's doing. And shout out to Showa. Shout out to our boy Brendan Shaw, because he's the mastermind behind it. It looks phenomenal, and to the point where I called Jamie and I'm like, Jamie, I might have to come fly home, dude, and we might have to pick up some Hondas together, because those bikes look phenomenal. Absolutely good. Yeah.
Speaking of Hondas, I rode cameraman Cam's Yamaha 250 at summer camp this week, and I'm switching.
Are we real? Because when's the last time we rode Yamaha? 17?
I mean,
Blue Buffalo days?
Yeah. I mean, I love the Honda. Don't get me wrong. It's really, really good. But I rode his Yamaha, and I've ridden a whole bunch of them, but I like really got to spend some time on it. One lap, everyone knows the rules, did like 8 laps and just kept going and kind of pushing pretty hard. It's such a fun bike to ride. It's faster than the Honda. You could leave the suspension stock and it's so plush, where the Honda definitely, like, you got to take some time to set that thing up. I don't know. You guys will probably see a GoPro video somewhere, a video of me riding it, and at the end me just saying I've got to switch now. But I just feel so good on it. And it's such a darn fun bike to ride, because it's so loud underneath you too, in a good way. Like, it makes you feel like you're going fast.
Do you know what it reminds me of? You remember
It's kind of nice.
the carbed 4-stroke days when like we had the Geico Honda boys or the Amsoil Hondas PC with RV on them? They just had a bark to them that was just, it made you feel so freaking fast. And I got that sensation. This is going back a ways. On Manny's Yamaha when he had it 250, we were at Iron Dog doing the class, and you're like, dude, try the Yamaha 250. I'm like, but it's not gonna pull me, dude. Like a 250. Yeah, they're all the same. I rode it and I was like, oh, okay, I see what you mean. I got that same feeling of like, man, like the bark of that bike and the amount of bottom end that it has, it's outrageous. It almost feels, I'm not gonna lie, it feels a little cheater bikey. Did you get that same sensation? Like it felt like I had like a 270 bored out little like a cammed bike, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And it sounds that way too, because I think I've said this on the podcast. I went out and bought a Vortex ignition, and I bought a full Yosh whatever exhaust for the Honda.
Mm-hmm.
And Todd at TLR Performance, shout out, told us what map to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
And it still didn't feel that fast, and it didn't really sound any better. Not that I care about really what a bike sounds like, but it just didn't sound spectacular. Then you hop on the Yamaha and it's like, oh, all right. Yeah. It's just one of those bikes that it sounds good. Yeah. But then, actually, matter of fact, right after that, Todd at TLR texts me, and he said that there's something wrong with the Vortex ignition, like a recall in a sense, to where we've got to send it back to him and he's got to redo it. So that could explain actually why my bike still feels a bit slow. So I'll keep you guys updated on the saga of my Honda feeling slow. But yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, so we'll see.
And it's, and that doesn't become any more apparent to me than when I watch the Yamahas versus the PC guys, and just do like a section, just like look at the way Deegan, Moseman, and those guys like go through a section, especially if it's deep and loamy. Watch how fast they get out of it, and watch how they can ride the bike just so much more freely. Whereas you see some of the PC guys, they are digging for every ounce of horsepower. And it's not a knock on Mitch Payton, because that guy can build a motor. That guy can build a motor in his sleep. That is an absolute monster. But these Yamahas, they're just so different, man. That reverse engine where like you get the forced induction, and Yamaha has figured out how to make a lot of power out of that bike to where it almost feels, again, unfair, man. But they did their homework. They figured out something great about it. And a track like Washougal, you're not going to see the benefits at a track any more than that, or like maybe a Southwick where it's super deep. But you could see the way Deegan was pulling around those hills, man. It just looked like a different machine, completely different class.
Yeah. So we'll see. Maybe I'll. I don't ride my bikes that often, so I really don't even need my own bike. But yeah, maybe I'll get a blue one. Why not? Washougal, one other thing I do want to talk about, there was a there was a restart single file, which I believe they said is the first time they've ever done that in Moto.
I think so. I think they had a
Obviously
restart.
They've done in Supercross many times.
They had a red flag last year, I think. I don't think they did a single file.
Yeah, but they all they would line back. In that situation. I think no matter how deep they would just gate drop it and run it. Right. This was the first like proper, and the way they did it too with Justin Starling's dad, John, just running by and like tapping front fenders. I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of pressure on
him. God forbid you trip. Oh, yeah, dude, it's like trip, and it's like 2 minutes to brush yourself off and get up, and I'd be like, sorry, Mr. Starling, like right over, like I'll pay for his medical bills and just but. Yeah, dude, that's a lot of pressure, but it's super cool that they have a precedence for every situation. I know people give the AMA kind of flack, but it's kind of cool that they have a system set up in place, and when they execute that system, whether you like it or not, like they really execute it. You know what I mean? So I thought that was pretty cool.
I thought of it from that lens too, because I just thought of it from a business perspective of there's a system in place for something that hasn't happened yet. So let's see how they execute on first try around. Like, and they mentioned in the broadcast that they have been practicing that in practice or in time qualifying.
Yeah.
Which is perfect, because you want to be able to train your people how to do it, get them used to it. So that way when when it's time to do the thing,
Yeah.
you've got it figured out. It's kind of this. It's almost similar to like having your employees document an operating procedure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude, is it my service that is this bad?
I think
it is a me thing. I don't think it's a you thing.
I don't think it's a me thing because I'm seeing full bars on everything else. But hey, at least we can still hear each other and we know where to look. So that's all that matters, right? So.
Yeah, no, and have you been cutting in and out, and does it say connection unstable?
It says connection unstable. AJ's connection is unstable. It says, but like again, as long as I can hear you, that's all I care about. Honestly, I know where my eye line is. You know,
and it says AJ's connection unstable.
Yeah,
dude, we're gonna do the rest of this podcast not being able to even hear each other. So you want to talk about me being pissed off? For 31 minutes into this episode, Dave and I are just gonna guess what each other are saying, and you guys are just gonna have to
deal with
just
it.
enjoy it, you know, for the 3 people still listening.
AJ's like, you know what's funny with the mindset? And I'm like, and can you believe Carmichael in 2002 got? Oh gosh, it's hilarious.
Oh my god,
dude, is Chase Sexton back?
Let's see.
Is he back now? Can we officially hop back on the Chase Sexton bandwagon?
Yeah, he looked pretty darn good. He looked pretty darn good. Dude's pretty shredded too. He's pretty shredded.
Yeah.
The only other video I saw this week on social media was him taking his shirt off before he got on the podium. So whoopsie daisy. I don't know what. Ethan has been doing something to my algorithm to where it's just Chase Sexton taking his shirt off.
Yeah, Ethan. Yeah. All right, buddy. Cool. We'll still love you regardless. Yeah. Well, you know what's cool?
Shout out Ethan.
Shout out Ethan.
Shout out Chase Sexton's biceps and triceps.
I enjoyed watching his workout routine. Him and Kitchen with whatever trainer they had back on the West Coast. It was cool because it looked like they were doing a really, really grueling workout, but it looked so functional and so effective and efficient to the point where I was like, I feel like I would enjoy not the dying portion. Cause dude, if I tried to do their workout cold turkey, it would suck, but it was functional enough and like interactive. And they wasn't just like straight, like bench pressing or having to stare at a wall and doing the freaking like rower or the ski machine, where I'd feel like, man, that'd be like a fun workout to do with like a group of your buddies. You know what I mean? It looked fun. I'd actually enjoy it. It reminds me of like when I worked out, like doing boxing and stuff. I was so focused on the actual activity and being good with the combinations and stuff that I didn't really focus on how tired I was. At the end of it, I was like, dude, I'm gassed, but holy crap, look at how much I accomplished. You know what I mean? So it was cool.
Speaking of which, we did at summer camp, because we just had another one, Dave, which we have to talk about. We did foundation training in the mornings. So each morning we had an option. Either you go for the run, which for the June summer camp, you had to do a whole run around the Winchester motocross track, it was like 0.6 miles, right? So it was nothing crazy, yet it was 105 degrees. So I didn't want to try and kill the campers. For the July camp, for this camp that we just did, we did 2 laps around the moto track. So it was either 1.2 mile run, or you could do foundation training as a group. So it was awesome. We had probably, 30 to 50 people that would stay under the pavilion. We would put Eric Goodman up on the TV and we would run through it together. Pretty fun workout to do as a unit and with a group, because it's one of those where it's very functional, but it starts what feels like incredibly easy. And so everybody starts with the attitude of, I got this. In fact, like this is cake. Like, why are we even doing it? And then you get 4 minutes in and everybody's just starting to look around like, how much longer is this video going to go for? Because I can't go another second.
Yeah.
But it was a perfect workout to start our day, because it is the moto attack position in workout form. And you have to sink the hips back and drive your chest up at the same time and use your lats instead of your shoulders, and keep your chin back. And there's so many postural things that it reminds you of. And it was just like beautiful to do that and then have our meeting and then boom, we're getting suited up and we're going out on the bike. It was just like, it was perfect timing to do that.
I love that. I'm sure everyone got a kick out of it too, because not many people, I'm finding out, do a warm up. Like we talked about it a couple of weeks ago of like, you know, I don't know if it's because we're vet riders now, but we got to stretch, we got to roll out the legs, we got to, you know, do like our form exercises. But a lot of people, dude, I see them like, all right, my practice is up, geared up, hop on the bike and they're gone. I'm like, what? Like, dude, you know what I mean? Like crazy. I could never imagine that now. And a lot of people don't do that. And like even top athletes, dude, look at Jet and Hunter, look at Sexton. That dude is fit. Could he hop off, you know, the couch in the rig and go ride? Sure. I'm sure he'd be fine. But dude, they still take the time to warm up. And it's such a crucial thing that I think a lot more people should like take into account, like a nice 10-minute warm up. Don't gas yourself up, but execute that, you know, before you go out and ride. And it's a lot nicer and kinder to the body, and you usually have better results. One thing I want to point out that you guys do was the video foundation work, where you guys were actually going over and doing the review of different riding mistakes and different riding how-tos, maybe some like examples of, hey, this is how it should be executed, and kind of giving praise to people that were doing it right in all class levels, which again, usually the slower classes are the ones that have the better technique because they don't have the bad habits that are forming quite yet. And I don't think enough people understand how beneficial that is. I know when we were developing bikes with Showa, and we were doing like the intensive training with Yamaha champions and all this other stuff, I can't tell you how informative the video work was. And not only that, but we had computers hooked up to the bikes. We were going over travel, suspension. We were going over lean angle, clutch actuation, all of this stuff that really, really mattered. And the fact that you're offering that to like, you know, riders of all levels, not just top Yamaha champions, but like kids in C class, kids that are in 85s, 65s. It's such an important detail to be able to see yourself and break down that evaluation. That's what top riders are doing between practices. They're doing that every time you see your rider go into the rig after their practice. They're watching video. They're watching video after qualifying. They're watching video in between races. So the fact that you guys are offering that on top of foundation training, on top of a week that's already awesome, man, what a value adder that is to people. And have you seen a huge impact in that or benefit from that from the past week from the video reviews?
Yeah, the video review is huge. And that's a good point that I think a lot of people forget that the pros are watching a lot of footage of themselves. And especially on race day, that's basically all of their time is spent off the bike in the rig watching themselves and their teammates and their competition on the track and studying it. And two things. First of all, for the warm-up, going back to the warm-up, a lot of people complain to me that they get arm pump and then they can't get going fast the first few laps. Basically, their biggest complaint is it takes me too long to get rolling. My first moto is a waste, or my first half of my first moto is a waste. I'm like, well, have you ever warmed up?
Yeah.
You know, if you do an efficient warm-up, it's going to change that first race altogether. But yeah, film study. So we did something different this time. We did a film study session with everybody together in June, or for the June camp, which was a blast. And a really good opportunity for people to start creating awareness about what they look like on the bike and learning by watching other people. Okay, what are the common themes? Oh, wow, this whole night, we just had 25 people up on the screen and 20 of them were riding flat-footed. Okay, maybe this is something I should be aware of. So they start to notice those common themes. I do kind of like, I get them really involved, right? So I'll say, all right, hey Ryan, pause it right here, and then I just go, okay, what do we see? What do we see, good or bad? And we'll start getting feedback. Okay, his knees are too far forward. Good. Fingers aren't on the controls. Cool. Great. Good observation. And they just start to create that awareness. What we did different for the July camp is that we split the film study sessions into blue, red, and green group, which are our 3 groups for the 5-day camps. And so they got a session just with themselves, which I think was even better because they had a better chance of seeing footage actually of them. And then I think, you know, especially by midweek, by end of week, they were so familiar with their group and knowing who people were that I think it made it cool because they'd be like, oh, okay, Johnny is doing this. Okay, Zoe was doing this. Naomi is doing this. Joe is doing this. And they just start to figure out where everybody's weak points are, where their strong points are. And again, it comes down to awareness. You have to know, first of all, what the heck to try and do to fix the problem with your body. And then you have to be aware of what your body is actually doing when you're out there on the track. And what I find when people come to these classes is they don't have a clue. I mean, I can get somebody on the stand and I'm like basically trying to hit them into position to like get their hips to free up. You know, it's like, have you ever, all you got to do is put your camera up, put your phone up, get the bike on the stand and just play around with some stuff and you'll know, okay, yeah, that's not right. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
And start to form a little bit of that awareness. But it's so much fun. We live stream it in the app, so the app can get involved. People in the app can get involved. Or if people wanted to go home early because they were tired, they could flip on the app and watch their group right in the live stream. Which was epic. Our June camp went so extremely well, and I was so proud of the team. And then the July camp went twice as good. And it's like, the more, because now we did 2 last year, right? Now we've done 2 this year. So we're 4 in. So it's still fresh, and it's fresh enough to where each one we're doing, I'm noticing drastic changes. Like we're documenting processes and we're getting better. We're having more staff for this and breaking people up better to do this. Dude, it was a blast. And we already scheduled Winchester for next year, July, the same dates. I think like the week of the 14th or something.
Awesome.
And I think we're going to bring back June camp at Winchester as well. And I'm pretty sure that I've talked to the team. The plan is we're not only doing these 5-day camps everywhere all over the world, but I think we're going to start doing one every week in summer, every single week. So the team's going to have to figure out who's going where, because right now it's like we're all hands on deck for one event. So we're going to have to divide and conquer a little bit. But yeah, I think for summer especially, people are craving these extended duration camps. There is stupid value. And by the end of it, and I say it, it's like they're family. They feel like family. And it's like a roller coaster ride of emotion during the week. We're struggling, and Winchester was such a good example this week. Monday we started, and the track hadn't been ridden in a couple weeks prior. So you kind of had that Rocky Hill dry, silty moon dust effect of like, yeah, they were trying to water it, but the bikes weren't tilling it in for 2 weeks, right? So it was just like this moon dust on top that they couldn't control. So everybody goes out for Monday practice for the first session and felt like a complete fish out of water. And there was a lot of people at this second camp too that went to June. There's probably 25 people that had went to June. So you get a lot of people halfway through Monday that are feeling a little bit down and just like, man, I felt so good at the end of the last week. Why am I feeling this way today? I thought it would have been that progression. Then we get to the nighttime, and every night at 6 p.m. we would do TMA mindset workshops for a half hour, which was awesome. And we kind of build that confidence back up and explain things and give them some things that they could practice to visualize at night and practice when they woke up in the morning to try and set that tone for the day. And then Deb and Fran, Fran was the one watering, did such a freaking good job with this track. He just kept watering. And each day he would hit just one little section here, one little section there. And we would do it really strategically. Like you would leave the good stuff and just hit a couple of the sections of question. And the more the tires hit it, Dave, if you had seen the track by Thursday and then on Friday, it was the best I've ever seen Winchester in my entire life by far.
Really?
It was incredible. It was incredible. It was the perfect dirt, the perfect traction, the perfect roughness of like it was rough to be able to train on it, but it was like flowy. The jump faces were perfect because we kept having them groom the jump faces nice. So that way, like you could feel that flow. And so what it did is it just unlocked a stupid amount of confidence by Friday. everybody kind of gone through that roller coaster of kind of feeling like that fish out of water on Monday. By Wednesday, everybody's super tired because you're hitting that midweek hump. Thursday, you kind of start to feel like you're getting that second wind. And then Friday, we tired all together with a lot of I would call them practice with purpose sessions. And yeah, people left that camp, I think, feeling like better than they've ever felt on the bike.
I love that.
Which is so cool.
And I love how that's like, that's not just like a couple people. It's like, no, dude, 99% of people are so stoked after going to camp because of the benefit. It's outrageous. This is another one that I'm like, man, that would have been a cool one. And I'm glad the group went. We had
100 people. We had 100 students.
Yeah, just gonna say we got a lot more in this one than we did the last one, which is, it's cool. I did not expect it. I thought if anything, it would kind of like more people would be so amped. They do the first one, might not see as many people in the second one, which is kind of normal for any event that you do back to back, kind of like that, right? Nope, we were wrong. So super cool, man. That's awesome.
And Salt Lake's already over 100. So
Jeez.
we'll probably have right around 120 for Salt Lake, which is super, super cool. For Salt Lake, we're flying in Coach Alessandro himself from Italy. He's going to be our fourth head coach. So it'll be me, Ty, Mitchell, and Alessandro. So that means we're adding another group. So Orange Group shout out will be added to the mix.
Nice.
And then I think we have 5 assistant coaches. So yeah, what's cool about camp too is there's always somebody to help you out.
Yep.
There's people everywhere.
Yep.
Dude, they're the best. I can't wait. You're locked in for Salt Lake, right? You're going for sure?
Flights booked. Yeah, we're locked in. I got to figure out hotel, but other than that, yeah, we're solid. We're solid.
Okay. Is it just you? Or are you coming with the family?
I don't know that yet. She's wavering, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, either way, I mean, if it's the family, you can still stay in the Airbnb. But if it's just you, definitely stay in the Airbnb because we've got a huge, awesome place, and you're not gonna be sleeping on the floor or a couch. Like, there's room.
Okay, sweet.
There's plenty of room.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm excited because actually what we do is today is Tuesday, I think. Allie and I fly Saturday to Montana for class at Last Chance Raceway in near Helena, Montana.
Why does that sound familiar? That track. Have you been there before?
Coach Mitchell went there recently.
Was it like super picturesque or something? Like really hilly or something?
I don't remember seeing photos or anything of it, but it's in an area where you are like right there by, Grand Teton, like you're right there.
Yeah.
So Allie and I and Millie are going to go fly in. We're going to rent a car. We're going to hit Yellowstone. Nice. We're going to do the Grand Teton situation. We're going to hit probably, Jackson, Wyoming, which that's Grand Tetons, I think, same thing. And then we're going to drive down. It's like 7 hours to get to Salt Lake. And we're just going to kind of tie it into that trip.
Nice.
So we're going to be on the road for 2 weeks straight.
Awesome.
With Allie and Millie.
Awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Super cool. Yeah. That's awesome. It's a good time.
What else? Should I follow? Let me dive into the notes here.
Yeah.
I have to keep this to an hour exactly.
Yeah.
So do you have 12 minutes?
Yeah, I got 12 minutes. Anything else Washougal wise? They added a new jump. I love that. I was going to ask you, did you hear that Tomac was running a paddle tire at Washougal?
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. What is with everyone going obsessed with the paddle tire right now?
That's crazy.
Would you ever imagine riding a paddle tire at a track like that?
No, that doesn't even really make much sense.
No, because really they don't disc the startup that deep even. I mean, relative to other tracks.
Man, really? He's running a paddle tire there.
Yeah, that's what I was hearing.
That's crazy.
Right? I think he ran one deep into the motos too, like not even just qualifying, which I'll you can convince me for qualifying.
That'd be wild if that were true.
But like I think Moto 2, up until Moto 2, he still had it, dude.
Yeah, wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
I have heard that though, that he does that.
Wild.
Why would Tomac do that and the others not? I mean, I guess Tomac, relies on steering with the rear a lot, so
yeah. He's a little Villapoto-y with
that
it.
paddle tire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be my only guess. I mean, that's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. Anything else, Washougal?
Josh Moto on the podium. Oh, dude.
Garrett Marchbanks going
Garrett
fast.
Marchbanks going fast. Shout out to Schwartz also. Is that who it was? 44?
Yeah.
Dude, how great is that to see another guy running top 3?
Yeah.
I don't think enough people are talking about it. Dude,
I forgot about that.
He was a Bar X Suzuki guy putting in decent results a handful of summers ago. And now, like, I think he's still with the Bar X squad. Dude, phenomenal ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did he end up?
I think it was top 4.
No idea.
Top 4 or 5.
Really?
I think so. Honestly, I was just so enthralled that like we were getting a little bit of parity up front with like Josh Moto that I was tooling him for that. So a part of me for not being as locked in on that one as I should have. But dude, I was stoked to see it when I did, man. I was like, let's go, dude. That is what I like to see. And also shout out to Triumph for getting their guys in with amazing starts. And yeah, they may not all be there at the end of the motos. Swole went down leading, but I couldn't ask, like, if I had a team, I couldn't ask for better results if I was like a team in my second year. Dude, my guys are getting hole shots. They're leading, laps. We're getting podiums. Like, come on, dude. I'd be super thrilled.
Forky's was going pretty fast.
Yep.
Austin Forky's.
Yep.
And what did he get? 5th?
Dude I think he was top 5.
Again, we don't know.
Yeah.
Again, do we know what place people got? No, we don't. But I think, we can guess.
Yeah, we can guess.
So I think he might have got 5th, and that's great. So good for Austin Forky.
Yeah.
And then Swole. Swole, I believe that as soon as he got that start, Allie just so happened to be like crossing paths and sat in and watched for a lap.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say it, but she goes, "Who's that guy?" Right? Because she knows just enough to not know who Swole is.
Yeah.
And I go, it's something Jay looks swole. I'm like, I think he's been hurt. And I go, he crashes a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He crashes a lot. So he's probably going to crash. I said it I said it as he was hitting the whoops going before the finish line. So he got one turn further and then KO'd himself. And Allie goes, "Oh, wow, you're not kidding."
You jinxed him. Dude, that's that's me and Manny's last great hope right there, dude. That's the next one for us. So we're like, come on, buddy. I got so much riding on you.
And you could tell Stu gets so hyped when he's up front.
It's kind of funny. He's like, "Oh, yeah, okay." Dude, it's like, "Are we up front? Let's go, dude." It's so funny. And he's such a cool kid too, dude. I love Jalik Swole. But yeah, dude, I got to, every month he's in the Black Guy Motocross newsletter. So we're just proud of him, We're just stoked that he's up there doing good, keeping FXR, out of the roost. And but dude, I honestly, the fact that he's just racing that far or that close to an Achilles injury, dude, I'm a year out of my Achilles tear, and your boy's still limping. I still gotta I'm still doing like the calisthenics to try to get myself in better shape. And yeah, dude, the fact that he's just hammering down like this, absolutely outrageous. You got to give hats off to Jalik.
Yeah, he had to come back early he had Black History Month.
Yeah, we got to make that, dude. We got to make that. He knows.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah.
Next up, dude.
Black History Month. It seems like it's all the time. When is it again?
It's all for you. It's always, because you love me and you should celebrate me. So for you, it's always. But dude, check us out. We're gonna have the Daishikis on for freaking Supercross February, the full month. It's gonna be a thing. We're gonna have FXR branded February. We're gonna have FXR branded do-rags. It's gonna be a thing.
Oh my god. Yeah. So Swolley's knocks himself out. Wygant goes, "I think he's stuck under the bike," and Stu goes, "I think it's a little bit more than that."
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Stu's kind of funny.
And then he gets up and he's shaking his head. And I'm like, you just knocked yourself out.
Yeah.
Why are you shaking your head?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Scary stuff, man. That's a Tony Cat.
Yeah.
Get yourself right thing. Just come up and just shake the head. You okay? Back on the PW.
You're fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. Get up on there.
Keep going. Oh, goodness gracious.
Anyways, who cares about friggin' Washougal? What else? July summer camp. What else freaking happened, Dave? We are doing a live stream. This episode, we're filming it on a Tuesday. It comes out on a Wednesday. So it's pretty fast turnaround. Thursday night, I believe, we're doing a summer camp debrief inside of the app, live inside of the app. So Dave, come hang.
For sure.
We're going to have, there was so many OGs there, by the way. So we had, I think coming on that live stream, we'll probably have Moto.
Shout out.
Dawson 401 drove up from Georgia, spent the week with us.
Awesome.
Dylan Miller, Moto Academy athlete, drove all the way from
some Ohio boys, right?
Like Virginia?
Something like that. Yeah.
Is he from Ohio?
The DMV area, something like that, right?
Yeah. Probably. Because DMV area is probably safe to say. And he's hurt, but he came up with Kyle 17, also a TMA athlete, I believe, or at least he's about to be.
DM me and told me he was going out. Kyle 17 was like, hey, you going? And I was like, dude, you're going to hate me. He's like, no! I was like, dude, I'll be at Salt Lake if you could make it.
Well, Dylan spent the whole week and he's not even riding. So he was kind of, helping out, hanging out, watching, studying, and still had a blast. Who the heck else? We had so many OGs there that I had no idea because I don't know what the heck's going on, right? So I just show up and I'm like, oh, no way.
Yeah.
It felt like a Moto Academy reunion.
Love that.
I hope Salt Lake is that way, which I think it will be because there's a lot of, Salt Lake is close enough to, we get the TMAZ people kind of flocking in.
Yep. Some Cali boys.
There's a lot of that SoCal, maybe some PMW coming down. Yeah, we've got Salt Lake will be a good one.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one.
Plus, of OGs
we have a good time in Salt Lake always. It's a good place. We have fun.
Yeah, I know. I love Salt Lake. I do. But yeah, Dave, I'm excited for you to just experience these things because
yep.
And I wish you could have experienced Winchester because we had so many memories from Winchester, like at the regional and just the fun events of camping there and having 3-day weekends and just getting that vibe.
Yeah.
And it felt nostalgic in that sense of, wow, this is the perfect spot to do this at. Like having access to Keene 15 minutes down the road, seeing all the kids running around.
Yep.
There were so many girls there riding. It was awesome.
Love that.
And by day 2, everybody is best friends. I'm like, did you guys come here together? Nope, just met yesterday. Oh, all right. Bunch of girls hanging out. Like, hey, did you guys come together? No, we just met yesterday. Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, okay, cool.
That's so cool. You gotta love those.
It just creates such a bond.
Yeah. I actually I was talking to Ethan about that. I was like, dude, like, there are so many things that I miss about racing as a kid. That like not that I don't enjoy racing now and riding now, but like moments like that like brings me back to like that excitement I had as a kid, like, and how like Moto was just so exciting and new to me. Not that it's not exciting now, but just you were discovering so much. Like, what's your favorite memory from racing as a kid? Like, or like not your favorite memory. What's your favorite thing about racing as a kid that you like, man, I really miss that feeling, or I miss that thing?
Well, I would say let's say even like mini O's or something like that, where you get a chance to go there and stay for a few nights or even a week in that circumstance. And you just get to live it.
Yeah.
You ride all day long, and especially as a kid, like you don't run out of energy. You ride all day long. You make your way back to the pit to just shovel food in and grab some water, and then you're right back out playing freaking. I remember one year at Mini O's, we were playing a game we named Bird Disease, which was basically a form of like, what's it called when you like, it's like hide and seek, but it's not hide and seek. It's like come on, help me out here. You find the person, and then when you find the person, you have to tag them, and then they're technically they're now it.
Tag?
No, not tag, not hide and seek. Oh,
you just described tag,
it's got a name, and we called it Bird Disease, and the reason we called it Bird Disease is because we found a dead bird, and then somebody touched it, and then it was like, oh, you got bird disease, and we're like, oh, let's play this game, everybody go hide, and then how it worked is it started with one person, and then you would hide picture this, all over Mini O's. we had to have created a radius because that would have been highly dangerous and impossible to find people. There had to have been a radius, but I remember it being a huge radius, and we're just little kids, right? It's like Sean Rife and like a bunch of like really fast people too. But
names,
we always hung out with the Ohio
throwback
people.
Names. Holy crap!
Yeah, we always hung. For some reason, I always gravitated towards the Ohio crew. So shout out Ohio. And so we set up this radius, and then when the person with bird disease finds and tags the first person. Then now 2 people have bird disease, and now they're going out and searching out until there's just one person left, and then that person wins. Right?
Gotcha.
Very fun.
Yeah.
And we played that every single night. And then I remember another year, it was like the year of airsoft wars, and everybody at Minio's had airsoft guns, and there was one area where when you went to it, you better have been armed or had some protection on because you were getting shot up. Like if you just went into that area, it was constant. And airsoft guns are no joke. I mean, people are showing up with like
welts.
Just, oh my God.
Dude. Yep.
Automatic machine guns type of airsoft situations.
Yeah.
And then you got the pit bike riding. I mean, so many dangerous things, but it was just like, the bicycle jumps, you got your shovels and you're digging your BMX jumps, or you got the freaking plastic X Factor ramps and you're just trying to see how big you could jump on those. I mean, that was the fun stuff. And that was what I loved seeing at Winchester, because you see all the kids making friends with each other. You got the river where every day there was people, setting up different rope swings and jumping off into the river, which was super cool. You got your people on your BMX bikes over there setting up and doing jumps on the pump track, which was definitely something I would be doing. And it made me, man, I mean, that was what it was all about. That was what it's, because for the single day stuff, it was like my dad, we were pretty, like, it was pretty strict.
I mean, because you think about it, how many, you raced 12 classes. Like, there's no way you could have enough time to like go and do anything. AJ's making 18 grand a weekend. Yeah, it's tough. But like thinking about like what you just said, I remember like there were certain like people that like, oh, like if so and so's cooking, like that's a good place to go for dinner because like they have the best so and so, or like his mom makes the best lemonade. And then once I think my first year on big bikes was like when like all the cool video games came out. So we had like video game tournaments in the truck or in the van, and like, oh, you lost. Now you like go back to the back of the line and we're all just playing until the battery runs out. And dude, I miss that stuff so much. And like I have a memory, and I think this is the first time that I ever found out your name was Albert. We were in Winchester. It was me, you, Brian Wilson, and I think LJ. We were in a golf cart.
Oh, shout out.
Yeah, we were in a golf cart, and I was in the back. You guys, Rosa Parks in, or something like that. And I think you were in the back with me, and they said something. They're like, "Shut up, Albert." I'm like, who's Albert? Dude, I forget. We had to be
shut up, Albert.
14, 13 maybe. Like, they were 85 age,
younger,
probably younger. Yeah. And I was like, "Who's Albert?" You're like, "That's his name." I was like, ew. It's like, dude, Albert? How did I not know your name was Albert? I just remember just speeding around in a golf cart. I don't remember anything else, but I remember of that race day. But I remember that, and I was like, Albert? It's like, did you lie to me, dude? Like, who are you? But yeah, I remember that. But yeah, that's one thing. I will say the thing that I miss about racing as a kid is how new everything was. I remember the first time I discovered that, going through like roller sections or whoops or big like really choppy sections like the up the hills at Southwick, you want to almost wheelie them, like you're rolling the handlebars, you're trying to get your front wheel over every single top of the whoop. Dude, you just told me that like the sky is blue and like it's like a first taste of chocolate, dude. It's like your first time eating ice cream. It's like, wait, what? That's what you're supposed to? And it just made life so much better. Like all of those little discoveries of like hitting that big double that you were so afraid of and you thought you could never clear because you're on an 85. You know what I mean? Like I miss that feeling and like, oh my gosh.
But it's also freedom of like being really young in a situation where you have a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
you know, explore, forget about the dirt bike track, on the dirt bike track 100%. But, you know, I was even just observing and watching how the kids were hanging out and navigating like the river, for example, right? Like teaching each other how to do the rope swing, which if you do the rope swing wrong, there is consequence. You get yourself hurt on a rope swing, or trying to get out of the river once you were in it, quite difficult. And there was, you know, poison ivy if you went off to one side. Like there was a lot of things that these kids all had to sort of figure out for themselves and teach each other what to do and what not to do. It just, I think, a lot of opportunity for kids to get some life experience where, you know, you don't get that by just going to school. And you get all of that. And yes, speaking of food, shout out the Lorson family. They were making the best burgers for me for lunch. And I would just kind of sneak over there for lunch a few days during the week and just get grass-fed burger, just raw cheese, like the full, like a proper alley meal. Which was amazing. And one night, I don't know how this started, one of the little girls, Vivian, asked for a ride in the Stark. So she comes over, she's got like her bicycle helmet, she's all ready to go.
I saw that,
And she goes, can I go for a ride in your Stark? I'm like, oh, of course, I can't say no. So I pop her on. We go. I think I even gave her control of the throttle once we got started. And then, actually, I think I not only gave her control of the throttle, I think I just fully let go and let her do her thing. So we do a couple laps around Winchester, and at that point, I should have known that this was going to happen.
The line.
Everybody saw me giving her a ride on the Stark. So now it's like 7 p.m. and I'm just ready to go get dinner. But now I got a whole line of kids with their bicycle helmets, little kids asking me to go for a ride in the Stark. So I stayed there, and every single kid, I either let them sit in front of me and give it gas, or this was kind of really funny. There were, I'm pretty sure 6 or 7 years old. There was 2 or 3 kids that were 6 or 7, and their parents were there to kind of sign off on it and give me the thumbs up. And we kind of talked about it. I'm like, is he good? It's set up at, is that like 20 horsepower? Are they good to go by themselves? Because I can stand here and send them off. They could ride around. I trust them. And then when they stop, I'll just catch them. So then that's what we started doing. So then we had kids, and we got to find these videos because it's hilarious. We had such little guys hopping on the Stark and learning to ride a big bike for the first time.
Oh, dude.
Around the parking lot of Winchester.
That's
and then they would
cool.
come in, and it was so funny because it was like they would have to perfectly coordinate getting on the brakes and stopping, and I would catch them. They'd pop off. Everybody's high-fiving each other. And it's moments like that, at 7 p.m., at 7:30 at night, long after class had ended, that those are the things I think that a lot of the kids will remember. Right? It's that little stuff. And there's so many. Oh, dude. And then we're doing our closing ceremonies on Friday at 2 p.m. and we do a drawing at the end, right? So all week, when you're buying apparel, every dollar you spend on apparel, which we had so many cool different things, and I just ordered a crap ton of more fresh new stuff for Salt Lake City. So there's going to be a bunch of youth stuff that we've never done, a bunch of new designs that haven't come out yet, a bunch of new stuff. When every dollar you spend is a raffle ticket. Also, people are earning golden stars all week. So these golden stars on Friday, you give your helmet, they count up your golden stars. Some people had 20, 80, 100, 150 golden stars on their helmet. You get a raffle ticket for every single golden star that you have. So then we toss all these raffle tickets into a box, and on Friday, right before we kind of say goodbye to everybody, we give away a whole bunch of stuff. We gave away a Cardo system. We've given away a bunch of Fox signed gear, helmets, Phoenix handlebars, which is pretty cool. Shout out Phoenix. Jason, Guts wing seat, which is cool. Shout out Guts. Free summer camp, free tour date, VIP ticket at a tour date, free Supercross training with Coach Ty. And then, the grand finale was the summer camp. So, and what's funny is all the tickets are different colors because depending on which day you would buy something, we had different rolls, different color raffle tickets. So the first, anticipation was building like crazy. We get to the summer camp, I'm digging through the box. I grab the ticket, I put my hand up in the air like this so you can't see what color ticket it is. So everybody's yelling their ticket color that they want it to be. So that's the first surprise is I expose what color the ticket is. And then you get a huge uproar and then everybody's booing and you know.
Yeah.
And so I read the ticket, somebody wins, and the first person that wins is somebody that earlier that day they crashed and they broke their elbow. You know, so he went from being so bummed that like he looked like he was gonna cry when he won the free summer camp, and I was just like, oh, I'm so happy that this is you. Gave him a big hug. I'm like, the perfect person to win this. Like, I can't wait. It was such a good kid, such a good rider too, but just like the most respectful, kind kid. And I was just in one of those moods where the crowd was amped up, and I'm like, and I think the color of the ticket caused a big uproar too. So I go, you know what? I even said this out loud. I go, I am wealth. I'm going to give another one away. Dig my hand in, crowd's going nuts. Expose the ticket again. Huge boos this time because I think it was the same color ticket as the first summer camp, right? So the boos get even worse. Call out the winner. Everybody's cheering, but some people are booing. Funny, like, lighthearted, facetious booze, right? But still, booze nonetheless. So pick that person. This is the second summer camp, which are $1,000 in value, by the way. And then I'm like, screw it. I'm doing another one. Put my hand in, grab it. It's a different color this time. And everybody just goes nuts. Pick a winner. And then for some reason, I just kept going. I did 4. I picked $4,000 worth of summer camp winners. Jeez, and I just felt like Oprah out there just handing out, you're going to get this. You're going to get this. And I blanked out at the end of it. I go to Jordan. I'm like, how many did I give away? And he goes, 4. I'm like, 4? Oh my God. Somebody should have stopped me. But it was all the way to the last minute. It was so epic. And the team, like, we've got it down to a science already. Yeah. It's just freaking, it's awesome. I'll stop talking about summer camp.
No. It's great. Awesome. It's great. I absolutely love that, man. That's what it's all about. I'm super stoked about that. I'm super stoked for the next one. We've got some cool ones coming up for later on too. So I'm excited. This is gonna be really good. This is really good.
Exciting stuff coming up. Exciting stuff coming up. Sure. Dave, you want to end it with 2 quick podcast questions?
Let's go, buddy.
Wrap this bad boy up.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay, Cameron Bradshaw still has the best profile picture.
Who's
in
gonna
the Moto
beat it,
Academy.
dude?
Guys, step your game.
Who's gonna beat it?
That's what I'm.
You know,
I don't know. It's so good. It's gonna be tough to beat.
Really
so shout out Cameron Bradshaw. First question. Podcast questions. # how should someone at the amateur level go about acquiring sponsorships? I know we've talked about this in many different ways, but I'll just give my quick opinion, and then I'll see if Dave has a quick opinion of his own. Cameron, I would say you got to build your social media platform and base it on the value there. Or, screw social media. You figure out what is your value, what sets you apart, lean into it, and then sell the company on why there is value in that for them.
Reach.
Yeah. Instead of, I think the common mistake that a lot of people make, which is, hey, here's my resume. I got 1st place here and 3rd place here and 7th place here. And I got 3rd place here again. And I got 5th place here. And I got 2nd place in the championship.
Yep.
And it's just like, okay, who's going to care about that?
Exactly.
I don't think anybody.
1000%. Yeah, you nailed it. Like, you need to figure out what your unique you is. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, AJ could have kept racing and doing stuff like that, but his unique him was he's really good at teaching, and that's why sponsors want to hop on board with him, because he had the Moto Academy. People want to hop on board with Kevin Moran because he likes to build his community through like the being part of his race team. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you feel like you are part of his race team. People really enjoy hopping on other people's bandwagons for their thing. Greco has his own fans because the dude is an absolute character. Right. People love the mustache. They love him. They love the fact that he's like essentially an animal rescue. You know what I mean? If you go to get Greco's house, you're gonna see a lot of cool animals. You know what I mean? Like, that part, that's really.
Oh, I thought you meant him himself. Was an animal
dude, go into Josh.
Basically,
yeah, go to Josh Greco's house for a little while, dude. Like, love him and his wife. Go there. You are gonna be petting animals that you're like, what is this? Like, are they? Like, you're gonna be like, dude, do I need shots? Is this legal? The dude is a farm all on his own. So, stuff like that.
And if you want to rescue Josh Greco. You can go to
You can go to
www.
Exactly. For 20 cents a day, you also can feed a Josh Greco.
100%.
Yeah.
But it's people that that lean into their thing. Deegan is a good example. Does Deegan win races too? Does that help? Absolutely. But he leans into a character.
Yeah.
So Cameron Bradshaw, I could tell you're a character by your profile picture.
Yes.
You lean into whatever that is, and naturally that's going to attract people.
1,000%.
It's going to add value.
100%. And number one thing to think about is how can you use your unique you and also be able to provide that sponsor with what they need also. Because people come up to AJ all the time. People come up to me all the time like, hey, I need a sponsor. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. What can you offer? Well, I've got a social media platform. I'm like, yeah, well, so does this kid, like, yeah, you may have, 8K, 10K, but how is that going to leverage the collective? How's that going to leverage the Moto Academy? Why do you deserve it more than this guy? And how can you help me get to my goals as a business? Because I want to grow. I want to grow with you. You know what I mean? How can you help AJ get to his goals? And every sponsor's different. You have to look at whatever they're looking to do and their initiatives are. Look at how you can help them get there with your unique you. So it's almost a twofold deal. But that's 100% what AJ said. Yeah, there's plenty of people, and AJ will say this all day, plenty of privateers out there that can whoop up on a lot of people, that can go faster than AJ Catanzaro on any given day. However, AJ Catanzaro has leveraged himself in a very unique way. Again, Moran's has leveraged himself in a very unique way. David Pulley has leveraged himself in a very unique way to where, say what you want about his results, but you can't say he's not making money. Say what you want about, qualifying times, but that man's getting a lot of funding that a lot of people aren't, and it must be something cool about him. So look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, and a lot of people are asking me this because we're doing our athlete program for the Moto Academy, right? Yeah. So they're like, well, how do I qualify? What do I do for that? And it's like, well, listen, I mean, this is a two-way road. We're going to pick people that can create value for the Moto Academy by really embodying what it is to be in the Moto Academy and engaging with the community. And so leaning into being a part of the community, right? So I guess follow-up question to that, Dave, this is a tough one to answer, and I can't even think of how to answer it right now because I'm not firing on all syllables. For the people hearing us say lean into your unique you, like half the people probably just roll their eyes. The other half are probably like, what does that even mean? Yeah. How do I find that? Any thoughts off the top of your head?
Yep.
How do you find that?
I always pick three things. I did this with you when I was starting the collective. I had a bunch of conversations to the point where you probably were sick of me, where I asked you and Rob, and I also asked Jay a lot, what do you think I'm good at? So I asked the people around me who know me very well, what do they think I'm good at? I asked people around me, what do you think I provide value in? Not only what I'm good at, but where do I bring value? Then I ask myself, what do I think I'm good at? And then my last question is, what do I have fun doing? What do I want to do that I already do automatically? And for me, people tell me like, David, you know everybody. Dave knows so-and-so of so-and-so for so-and-so. People tell me I'm good at, dude, you're great at connecting people. Because of you, I was able to get this and that and that and this, meet this guy. What do I enjoy doing? I enjoy talking to people and building relationships. The collective was a no-brainer for me because it embodied all of those things. Yeah, you apply those to dirt bikes, of course I'm gonna put my heart and soul into it. I don't have to think about it. People ask, hey, I need to find a mechanic. Oh, dude, I talk about working on bikes all day, every day with a bunch of my buddies who are looking for the opportunity. Yeah, it's a no-brainer. For AJ, people tell him he's good at riding dirt bikes and teaching dirt bikes. What does he have fun doing? Talking about dirt bikes and being better as a human being with dirt bikes. What would he be doing if he could do anything? Helping people progress in whatever area they want to. It just happens to be dirt bikes, So that's what I look at it as. And every time I have one-on-one calls with people all the time through the collective of like, hey, how do I find my thing? That's where I start, dude. Those 3 or 4 fundamental questions usually lead people at least down the right path. At least we got bumpers on the bowling alley to where we're kind of getting you down the right path, and we can fine tune you as we get closer to the pins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's great. I don't have anything to add to that. And I guess what I would add to that is, if it reveals a character trait or something that you're good at that seems like it doesn't have anything to do with motocross, let's say if motocross was the thing you were hoping that it would have something to do with, yes, it does. And yes, you can there is a creative way to tie that character trait in, or that value or that service into the thing that you want to be doing. Let's just use motocross as the example here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's great. Yeah. That's great. And everybody, by the way, has that thing.
Yes, everybody
has that thing. I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't care if you're a cook, dude. You better apply that to dirt bikes and figure out how to make these good ass meal plans for us fatties that are trying to lose weight and get proper training and nutrition on dirt bikes. Yeah. Start a YouTube channel and TikTok on like quick moto meals. There you go. Boom. Somebody's idea.
You good at painting nails? Then just get on the cast of motocross. Disney's Motocross, maybe they'll do a remake and just paint some nails.
Talk to your boy. So, I got some ins with the Monster crew, dude. We can get something happening. You're doing all the girls' nails. Come talk to me.
Yep. Cameron Bradshaw, he's got another question, Dave Drakes, and this is going to be a quick one.
Bradshaw.
He says, this is a good one too. What do you think your heart rate sits at when you're on the starting gate for a Supercross race? I should know that, because I've worn heart rate monitors when I've raced before. And if I remember correctly, and keep in mind, this, Cameron, was when I was an absolute head case. So much higher than what it would be now. Also, my max heart rate was much higher than it is now. I'm pretty sure that my heart rate was, I could be wrong. I want to say it was like 171.
Yep.
Sitting on the starting line.
Yep. High. I remember we had this conversation before.
That's
high 160s
crazy
or something.
high.
But you know what's crazy? Your heart rate when other people's heart rates were high, and I'm thinking, was it Oakland 17 when you topped qualifying?
Yeah. Well, second. Justin Hill beat me with one on the last lap.
You weren't even nervous. You should have been so nervous. You were whatever. I don't know if we had a heart rate monitor on, and granted that was qualifying, so I don't know if that matters or not. But usually, anytime you're in a stadium, you're throwing your leg over a bike, you're nervous. You were so much more calm. You're so weird like that. When I'm like, I would be peeing my pants, a muddy Supercross track. You couldn't pay me enough to do that, and you're like, yeah, well, so chill. But every other time, I'm like, oh, dude, we do great at like Indy. We do great at Minneapolis. This is a great track. We do great at Detroit. You're like shaking. I'm like, dude, we're spiking at 200. Why? You know what I mean? I was like, come on. But yeah, I would be very shocked. Or people would be very shocked to find out that their favorite riders who seem so calm and collected, dude, they are nervous. So nervous.
Yeah, I'd say almost probably all. Yeah. And the tough part is that your body doesn't know the difference between the event happening in real life and your mind making up a picture of it. So you got to imagine like me sitting on the line in 2013, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 Supercross season. And what I would do by accident is I would just picture all of the ways that I could mess it up. I couldn't even help myself, right? Like my mind would go down the path of making up all of these hypothetical scenarios, and I'd visualize them, and it was just me getting the whole shot and then blowing it, or me just crashing in a rhythm section, or me, just riding tight and getting a decent start but going backwards and fading. Like I visualized every single bad way that a race could go right before the gate would drop. Whoops. I had zero control at all over my mind. And so, I would line up, and this is the problem too, is when you're in fight or flight like that for an extended period, your body gets drained.
Yes.
Drained. And that's why you can't eat. That's why you don't have an appetite, because your body thinks that you're being chased by a tiger. And so it's now all the blood has gone to your extremities so that you could run away. It's not a time for you to digest food.
Yeah.
That's why you don't have an appetite when you're a nervous wreck and when you're anxious. And so I would spend the whole I would spend the whole night before Supercross feeling that way. So just draining myself. And then I would wake up the morning of the race just feeling that same way. Couldn't even barely have breakfast. My palms would be sweating the whole day. I mean, you name it. I was a very extreme version of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so by the time it got to the night show and it's 7 p.m., I had nothing left in the system. I was exhausted. And then, yeah, sitting on the line, my heart rate's just 150, 160, 170, maybe even, just sitting there. Yeah, not good.
Scary.
Not good, but you live and you learn. And I think maybe some of the reason I can do a good job of helping people now is because I can relate to that an anxious mess of a rider.
100%. Right? My heart rate about 220.
Yep.
Just trying to do that freaking counterclockwise circle warm up that I hated. Miserable, dude. I'm in the freaking tunnels of Supercross trying to be like, don't drop it. Dude, 40 degrees outside. I'm spiking at 260. Just trying to warm this down.
Oh my God. Wow. Do we have any videos of that? We've got to, right?
I think we have to. You know what I ran across the other day was the LCQ one in Detroit. Me, you, and Akeem. I'm like, how excited were we? And we're like, oh, dang it. That was just an LCQ. It's like, we're on top of the world.
Hey, a win is a win. I think Chiz got second in that. I mean, hey, we'll take it.
Hey, wire to wire, we'll take it, buddy.
I'll take it. All right, Moto Academy podcast, starting off pissed, ending it on a good note. Hour and 26 minutes. #1 podcast in motocross with a hard R.
Hard R.
Shout out Dave Drakes. Shout out TC. Shout out Moto Academy. See you guys on our live stream in the app on Thursday, and I'll see you guys in Montana for tour, and I'll see you guys in Salt Lake freaking City for the next 5-day camp.
Let's do it.
Yay. Okay. Toodaloo.